Let's take a look at what you get in the wireless charging power station UT16. You get the charging mat, so we can charge 3 devices on this simultaneously. We've got a little JE logo down there as well, which says wireless charging power station. On the back, we've got some charging efficiency, some outputs. It almost feels like leather, if that makes any sense at all. It's quite a thin device as well, and we have the power connector right there as well. You get the plug socket, which is a 2-pin plug, but you do get a 3-pin converter. The output of the plug is 12 volts, 2 amps. We get a little instruction manual as well, just gives you a bit of a breakdown of the product. So the dimensions of this are 27 centimeters across and 12 centimeters down. Oh, battery's about to die. The aesthetics of the device look decent, but how well does it perform? We've got ourselves a couple of mobile phones now. So we've got a couple of Samsung phones. So if I grab this one, we put that in the middle, and that has begun charging. At the bottom, we've got fast charging wirelessly. We're currently on 42%, and it's going to take 1 hour, 35 minutes to get fully charged. If we move the phone to one of the side ones, this one's going to take 1 hour, 51 minutes. If we move to the other side, once again, 1 hour, 51 minutes. So if you're charging one mobile phone, you really want it in this center one. That will allow the phone to fast charge. Now, if we put another phone on the pad as well, so this phone's charging. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell me how long it's going to take to fully charge. I've turned this one on as well, and we are still fast charging as well, so 1 hour 35 minutes, and we're charging this left one as well. So having an extra phone on here hasn't slowed this one down. This one is still fast charging, which is very, very useful. So if you're using either side, it's going to charge slower than this middle one. What you'll notice also is that both of these phones have got cases on them as well, so you can actually charge through the case. So it is a relatively thin case that we've got here, and that charges absolutely fine. This one's a little bit more bulky, but this also charges fine. So I'll just pop that one into the middle there. That is charging fine. But to be aware of is if we fold this, which means there's quite a lot of thickness there now, that will not charge up the phone. So if you've got an extremely thick case, you may have an issue with charging the phone. If you've got a thin case like one of these, you shouldn't have any issues at all. Just pop your phone on there and away you go. The phones are charging fine. If I move them slightly out of place, do we lose the connection? At the moment, no. Everything's still working fine. Now that one has just gone off. So you need to be quite precise to where you position the phone. Obviously that's going to go off now because I'm completely off the pad. I'll move that slightly over. Yep, now that's just kicked back in. So you do need to be quite accurate with how you place these onto the mat. Even when we're charging the phones up, I can't feel any heat coming from the pad either. So if we lift the pad up slightly there. So the underneath of the pad feels really, really cool. So I'm not concerned that this device is going to overheat. If we have a quick feel of the power pack also, nope, no heat at all. That feels safe, to be honest. The one issue I might have is this is a little bit flimsy when it's plugged in. Like if you give that a knock, that will easily come out of the slot. It's not a deal breaker, to be honest. Even putting 3 mobile phones onto the mat doesn't slow down that middle phone. It will still fast charge even if you have 2 phones either side. And when you put the 3 phones on the mat as well, it doesn't slow down the left side or the right side either. So if the left side's charging at a certain speed, if you put the additional phone on there, it doesn't slow it down. So what are the final thoughts on the wireless charging pad? Actually performs really, really well. As shown in the review, anything in the center of the pad will fast charge, providing your mobile phone is compatible with fast wireless charging. And anything on either side of the pad will not fast charge regardless of your mobile phone. I like that you can charge 3 mobile phones up at the same time using this pad. I haven't really seen pads that do that. I'll normally see just one pad, you can charge 1 phone on there. What's really good about this as well is it doesn't matter if you have 3 phones on there. If you've got your phone down the middle and your phone is compatible with fast charging, it will fast charge. The setup of the device is really easy as well. You've literally got your power port on the mat there, plug that in into a wall socket, and away you go. You've got nothing else to configure on this mat. It's made out of what kind of feels like a faux leather material, and because of the material, if it's on a shelving unit, you can actually just slide it around as well, like so. The only small issue I've had really is to do with the plug. It's great that you get this converter as well, so you can use it as a 2-pin or a 3-pin plug, but once that is connected, there's just a little bit too much play in that plug for my liking, and it's a little bit too easy to pull it out as well. So if you accidentally knock this, you might knock it slightly out the socket, which basically you lose functionality of the charging pad. But is that me being really finicky? It may very well be. We haven't had any issues with excessive heat coming from the pad either. You can feel a very small amount of warmth, nothing to get concerned about. I've got no issue with leaving this plugged in overnight and worried that the house is going to be on fire at the end of it. For a wireless charger, it did a very good job charging the battery from empty to completely full in just shy of 3 hours, a little bit less than 3 hours, which personally I don't think is too bad if you leave your phone overnight on there. But I do know cabled fast chargers are going to be faster than wireless pads, not just this one, any wireless pad. I haven't seen a wireless charging pad yet that competes when it comes to speed of a cabled fast charger. If you know of one, please leave a comment down below, preferably with a link as well. Let me see them because I haven't seen one yet. Overall, really good device. There's no sound from the device either, so it's not where you plug it in, you hear like a buzzing sound, completely silent. I haven't got any concerns with the quality of the device either. Maybe the only change I would make to the mat is I probably would like maybe some LED lights at the bottom there to say if your phone is definitely charging, because with any mat, not just this mat, if you accidentally knock your phone off there and you lose connection, a lot of phones have got a blank screen anyway, so you're not really going to be checking to see if it's still charging. Whereas if you had, let's say, a red LED light on the bottom, and if that light goes off, I think that's going to be a lot easier to spot if your phone is not charging. That's probably the only change I would actually make to this or any other charging mat. If you're looking to charge your mobile phone at the quickest possible speeds, it's still best to go with a cable. But if you're looking for a wireless mat, and if you've got multiple phones in a household, it's a good shout. And my star rating for the JE wireless charging power station mat will be 9 stars out of 10.